Hey everyone! So in this chapter, for this strategy, I chose cooperative writing, and that is a group activity that requires more than one person to write, and it can also be called collaborative writing. This was kind of hard to use for math, like all these strategies were, because all of them kind of had to do with writing, so I kind of had to find the one that was least like the one that you could use for like an English class, so that I can make it fun for math. But these are just like fun lessons to help students engage and develop confidence in writing. The one that I chose was Sticky Chats, and it requires 100% student participation, and most students do want to do it. And research shows that working together can create better writing. The different types of the cooperative writing include cooperative drawings, and that's where each student will draw like a classroom appropriate image, and there's like 3 minutes per person. So after that person draws, then they'll pass it on and they'll end up building a masterpiece, and then they'll have to write a story about it, or they can like label the picture, describe it to a partner, write dialogue, create an art project. So there's many different ways to like build off of this. I just saw there would be a lot of confusion for ELLs. You can maybe ask them to draw something, but like labeling a picture of something else that maybe they don't know, that, everyone has different background knowledges, so maybe students are using prior knowledge to draw something that someone may not know about. But the other one was chain stories, where teacher gives a genre, the students write about it and pass it on once the time is up, so the story just builds upon itself. I found this would be kind of hard too, because you're given a time crunch and then you would have to read it and then still continue to write, so that'd be kind of hard. The other one was cooperative storytelling, where one person answers a question and the other draws a picture next to it when they have to answer a question, and then they have to answer a question over that drawing. So I found this to be very confusing for ELLs, because that's a lot of steps. You can make it step by step, so it'd be a little bit easier, but I'm thinking in like math terms, using this for my class. I can't imagine asking questions like that and then having students do all those things. But the one that I chose was the Sticky Chats, just because I felt like it was like a light-hearted, fun lesson. There would be multiple posters posted around the room. Each student would be given like a packet of sticky notes to answer, and maybe there'd be like up to 8 questions. I'd probably have like 4. And each student would be given those sticky notes. They'd have to be silent for 20 minutes. So let's say like they have 5 minutes on each poster, and they have to text each other through the sticky notes, which I really liked, because it would have to be like a quiet game sort of way. And this actually makes the students read and like learn and listen what the other people are saying. So if they're actually listening and listening but reading what the other people are saying, they're learning to listen. So there are some things that could still go wrong, because like students can write inappropriate things, and making the activity too long would probably make it feel like it's an assignment, and it's probably hard to write that fast. But for ELLs, writing under a time crunch is not always easy, but I feel like it helps support ELLs also, because it makes it fun, and like I can ask questions that relate to their background or stuff like that. Having a group will help students like build off of each other and like help answer questions faster. I'll also help every student by giving sentence starters to answer each question. But I made I just made it on one sheet. Each of these questions would be on a different sheet. But for my sticky chat, so the first question is, what is a real-world example that describes the steepness of this line? So for sticky chats, they're supposed to be like lighthearted and fun, but I wanted to do it related to math, because I feel like math can be fun if you make it fun. So they'd have 5 minutes to answer this, and they'd have to write through sticky notes. So like they could say, and this could be from prior background knowledge, that it reminds them of a mountain from whatever country they're from, or something like that. Or like a bike ride that they took before. Like it could be something like that. And then I have, how would you describe exponents to an alien? And that will just make them use like a deeper level of thinking. So like higher order Bloom's taxonomy skills to answer this question. The last one would be like just a silly one so that we could like end it off on a good note would be, which celebrity do you believe is the best at math and why? And this will allow them to just like insert pop culture, real world solutions into their math. And I feel like this one would just be the most fun for ELLs because I could read the question to them if they are struggling with it, and also like I can track what they're doing by reading their sticky notes, and I just think that that makes it easier for me and the ELLs. So yeah.